So this video is going to be recorded from a very special angle in a very special place from a very special outfit because I don't care. I don't got the crazy clothes, but I got a crazy waffle. That's good. That's very good. Today, and not only today, but many times in my life, I've wondered how and why is it that mostly in my adult life and the recent years, I see myself only in relation to others. My image of self and my perception of myself is always only through the lens of the people that I am with or currently around daily, people that perceive me. I always see myself through their eyes at all times. And the only time I really truly feel like myself is really never. But I really do feel like I miss myself because in my head somehow I have accepted that my truest and realest self that felt like the most beautiful, the most authentic and precious and that I miss the most is my childhood version of me when I was outside, outdoors, in nature, in my summer house, in my garden, in forests, like getting lost in the fields of nothingness, at my grandpa's house. Then I was really me because nobody's around, and all I got is me and the wonder that is Mother Nature, and there's nothing like it. So, if anyone knows me at all, they know that I'm a nature's child, I'm a rainbow child, and I have always been that way. And being outdoors, being in fresh air with birds and insects is one of the most important things in my life. And I've had very little time like that the past few years because I obviously live in the capital city and I hate it here. And I've lived here my whole entire life, and I only in summertime or some free days occasionally I get to like spend in a forest or somewhere near water. But my dream has always been to have a house in nature, and I've been manifesting it, but it's all in progress. I believe in myself. We can do it. I can find a spot for myself. I remember I was little and I was like putting these regulations and rules to what I would consider as my space and what I wish and how I would accept and where I would accept this house to be. I guess it was like a 30-minute walk or ride to the nearest society or shop or help or anything, the nearest house. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I think it would be better to have like a 30-minute walk and not a ride because I don't really have a car, and I'm not sure my generation will ever be able to afford cars. But yeah, the thing is that I've always seen myself as myself and my realest truest self with no masks when I am with nobody, with no one, just out there. And it's so hard. It's so hard being around people. It is difficult. And you know, this whole video will be very Piscean. If you know anything about Pisces and our energy and what we are, well, it's just obvious. Every word I'm saying here is very Piscean, but it's really difficult to be the observer of everybody like a sponge and not have one face ever. I have a million different faces every minute, and it all depends on whatever is going on around me. And I never really feel like I have my own center, and it is so hard for me to stand my own ground and in my own space and place and feel like I am worthy of something and I deserve something and I deserve a space for my opinion. So whenever that happens, whenever actually like people listen to me and give me the time and space, I feel so surprised. I feel so confused and shocked, like, wow, like, thank you. And then others are like, well, sure, like, we're having a conversation. We're like, you know, that's just crazy to me. Like, when I am given the space to express and to, I don't know, sing, and people appreciate it and ask more for it, or more for my art, or more for, like, explain more. Like, I get addicted to that feeling of being seen and being heard, because I don't think I really feel it that much on everyday basis. Because all I can think about, all I can care about is how I become the people that are around me, and I become the environment that I am in, and I always shapeshift into the container that contains the water. So the water always adapts and changes its state of being, and I have as many shapes as there are people and containers in this world, and every day I wake up and I flow somewhere, and I become something else. So, and I hold so much memory and so much pain and so much joy and so many memories and so many stories and so many energies, so much wisdom in me through years and years and years and decades of water retaining information. I I get very overwhelmed very quickly, because every little single detail, every smallest detail of information or a story or a little chit chat is the whole universe for me. That is everything for me. You can say 3 words to me and I will discover a new parallel different reality in the way how you said those words, in the way how you moved, how you spoke, how your eyes were, what you were doing, how you were feeling, and I could figure out your whole entire life story from those 3 words, the way how you interacted with me. That's the energy I feel every time I am with humans. So no wonder I just feel like I have no self and I am just a reflector, I am just a mirror. And in human design, I think my strategy was to react, or like, how was it? Like, I'm not sure, but human design is something I discovered very recently compared to astrology. I've been into astrology like since I was like 5 years old, but human design like only the past half a year or something. So it's very interesting for me, and I really want to get a reading or find more information like about this, like professionally, or get someone like really explain things to me, because the things that I have learned on my own about human design are insane. That thing is, it's based on astrology as well. That's why I love it. But what, like, I actually will, after recording this video, I will go study about it more, because I have not been studying as much as I want. Yeah, but I've been, like, the thing is, I've been so tired of seeing myself as the others, like the sponge that I am, the SpongeBob that I am. I'm so tired of becoming every single color that I suck in, and it's, I know it's not just Pisces, it's every person who is empathetic and caring and self-sacrificing. That's how everybody feels who has a lot of empathy, but I feel like I have not had myself to myself whenever I've been like studying in school or art school or in my job. I that is not me. That is not me, and I feel very, very confused about it. And all these years I've studied with my classmates in my school, like that version of me that is in nature and alone and dancing and just me living my life, happy and unbothered, away from everybody. That version of me really is disgusted, is very, very disgusted by the person that I've been all these years when I was in school. I think I compare these two personalities, like out of 100 different ones that I have in me, I compare these two and they're totally opposite. That's why my inner child and nature child is so hurt and betrayed by the mask that I've been putting on in society. And I feel so fucking bad about this and so confused. I'm not even sure if I'm explaining this the right way to myself first. But I'm so sensitive to all what is happening in me and what is happening around me. All the masks, all the different energy changes and shifts, and how I react, how others react. And I'm not sure if how I choose to use that strength. I'm not sure really I benefit from this in my life, because I'm not sure where to use it. And I think this YouTube channel or my art is definitely one of the ways how I use this sensitivity as a strength, as a benefit for myself. But it's really, I want to learn how to not be just a puddle of water. And it's just fucked up, because when I'm in society, I'm a puddle that everyone steps in. When I'm around people, a job, or with friends, I'm I'm literally a puddle. Okay? I'm dirty, I'm messy, and I have no, and whatever is reflecting in me is concrete. Is all the spit from others and all the bird shit and dirty shoes that step in me. But I just keep becoming smaller and smaller because I get splashed around, and I I hate it. But I also appreciate that, and I respect that part of me. But that part of me really needs a hug and 1,000 years of healing. But it's not possible in a very short time. It really needs 1,000 years to heal that puddle. But when I feel the strongest is when the puddle is actually reconnected and reunited with the sea and the rivers, all streams, all lakes. I've never seen the ocean, never been to an ocean, so I don't know how that must feel. But I definitely want to actually experience being inside of an ocean. Like, I am water and I need water and I rule water and water rules over me, and so I react to it very strongly. And so I'm a fish, obviously. I flow with the current. So whenever whatever is happening in the water, I flow with it. But the sea is not a puddle, okay? When I'm in nature, I feel the strongest. I feel like most of myself, most happiest. And I think in my life, I must learn how to combine making a living and existing and working and actually putting in effort to help society and help the world. And I must learn how to do that while still being in balance with nature and my truest self that I see as my truest self. I have not yet found that, but that's what I'm trying to kind of build. I don't know. I've been plotting moving to Australia, becoming a scuba instructor. I've been plotting this and this and this, so many different possibilities. Or just like moving to the countryside, forgetting about everybody. Maybe like working in a very small shop in a very small town, meeting like 2 customers a day, and that's about it. Like that could be a life for me. But also, I have my other side that we will not discuss that much. Like the other one of my the next one of my a million masks, a million faces that and million scales that this fish has. One of these is a very big dream of becoming a musician, singer, star, performer who would have to perform for thousands of people every single night. So, you see what I'm getting to here? This is a contradiction, but also a wish and wanting to explore all my faces, which is a never ending process because new ones get created whenever there's a new wave of information of the conditions that I am in, the space that I'm in. Ugh. But hear me out. Hear me out. I've been doing my best, trying out so many things, new ways of like workflow, new workflow types. So when I was 15 or 14, I started my Instagram account. I was literally chilling in nature. I was enjoying my beautiful life in summer when I had summer breaks in school at my summer house, and I was doing work. I meant business, you know. I was profiting off of my artsy photography. I was doing a lot of self-portrait photography in nature. I was doing a lot of Photoshop, a lot of like crazy fairy makeup, dark looks, witchy aesthetic, everything. I loved it. Still sometimes do something similar, but now it's more different style. Oh my god, but like that was me. That was me. But that was just another face of me, you know, like okay, I'm so tired of talking. I need a waffle break. Whatever this has been, my Instagram account, my style, my visual appearance, it's a very strong reaction to how I suck in all the energies of the world around me and how I process them in me and how angry I get when I get to have no space in the regular world. That's why the art is always a little bit pushy or edgy or shocking or sometimes like unnerving. And I love it. I need it. I really need it. But that's a different topic again. Being water in different containers, different shapes. Icy, hot steam, ice, or just flowy, moving thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful way how to live, but water cannot. Water cannot contain itself, and that's why technically the fish in Pisces live in the barrel of Aquarius, the water barrel that he holds on his shoulder. But okay, my first boyfriend was an Aquarius. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Yeah, I think nature contains me because the free spirited wildness that I have in me, it has no space in this chaotic city, but the chaos in me always finds the right spot, the right place in the puzzle, the right code in the matrix, the right paragraph in the book. I always fit in when I'm near water, when I'm in the forest near birds. It always fits in. I always find my my family, and really I can hear spirits a lot better there. I can hear all the trees. I can hear all the grass and all the insects, and I write a lot of poetry to the trees a lot, and I know I sound like I'm really lost and confused, but I am, and it takes a lot from me to admit it because it's an armor. All this dark art and dark makeup, it's a very big uh, reaction to not being free and fitting in. I'm not fitting in. I'm so different. I'm not like you. So let me just be extra, extra, extra different. So I don't. So I just stand my ground and not gonna even try to like math. Another thing, I think about this more and more and more every day. The older I get, I feel very betrayed by the world. I feel super betrayed by the world. Maybe it's my family. Maybe it's just me who likes to find excuses and blames everybody else for my own unliking of how do you say it? Like, but yeah, today at work I was like, I feel so betrayed, and I know this sounds like very me, like poor me, like pitying myself. And I know Pisces like loves to do that, and I love to do that, and I do not notice it. I'll like ever, but when I do, I'm telling you right now, it will sound a little bit like that. But let me finish my thought. I feel very, very betrayed by the world, betrayed by the promises of childhood, by the promises of what the world is like, and what you should focus on, what you should be as a kid, what you should be learning, what they teach to you, how they treat you as a kid. I was so betrayed. I felt so betrayed and so hurt by my parents that they were treating me as a kid when I was a kid. That is another topic. I don't even know. There should be a separate video about this. But I feel very betrayed. I don't know if it's my parents or if it's the whole world. I don't want to blame my parents. I love them and thank them for everything I have. But really, I feel so let down and so fucking hurt by the real world, as you want to call it, or whatever. It's also a very, very Pisces theme right now. Because the dream world, the pink glasses, the childish view of the world that I have is still in me, and whatever I see outside, what's happening in real life is the complete opposite. Where is the promised land? Where are the unicorns? Nah, but I'm serious about it. I know it sounds fucked up, but like where are the rainbows? Like where is my career of being a professional princess? Like, where is that? Like, I was prepared to be a fairy, and my mom was supporting me. I was obsessed with fairies and with wings, and in general with mythical creatures and princesses and everything. And I still am, but like, where can I use that in the capitalistic society? Like, okay. I am 21. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm 21 or 12. Okay? I feel very let down. I feel very used, abused, and hurt. And every day I hurt so much because of that. You have no fucking idea how my world just completely broke apart. Like, when I was, like 7 or something. I don't know, maybe even a little bit older. Doesn't matter how old I was, but you have no idea how it shattered and everything changed when I found in my mom's bag, I found the Easter bunny eggs that have been hidden in the garden. I found the material to like wrap them and some other stuff in my mom's bag. Like, yeah. I'm still so hurt by it. You have no fucking idea. And I know it sounds fucking funny to you, but I'm not playing with these words. Like, I feel so betrayed. And right now, in my job, I work with kids sometimes because I sell aqua pool accessories. I sell fins. I sell swimwear. I sell boats. I sell whatever. What the fuck is it called in English? All these like water sports things, and I love it. I'm in the right place in my job. But there are so many kids, and when when I hear how they're treated, when I see them, when I like I feel so bad for them that they're being treated like they're kids. And I know that I wouldn't really understand because I don't have kids myself, and it's probably good for them to just like save the serious stuff for the future. But when I was a kid, I was always so fucking confused that my mom or my dad would tell me that, like, oh, you're too young for this, you will learn later, you will grow up and you will understand. That was the worst thing you could say to me. That was the worst. And I know that I'm not the only one, like, it's probably normal, but like, I really mean it. It was the worst thing, and I'm still very, 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 very hurt by this. And I think I have so many childhood wounds that I have been suppressing that are way more serious than anyone would ever like to believe. And I myself, I'm so ashamed to admit these wounds because I feel like they're not valid, like they're just some fantasy bullshit. But I'm not even sure if what I'm saying right now is like up to the standards of being a problem, you know? I think I said it right, finally. Finally, I figured it out through the words. Whatever is my pain, wherever it comes from, I always feel like it doesn't match the standards. It doesn't match the criteria to be a valid wound, to be a valid ache. Like, is it okay to, like, or am I just being selfish and pitying myself and blaming everybody else and blaming the world and crying for nothing? Like, that's the real struggle. That's the real question that's eating me up and preventing me from healing all these wounds by not speaking about them, even though I feel and think about them every single day. Anyway, folks, I just want to fucking sleep. I'm so tired. I feel very betrayed by the world. That we have to work for most of our lives. I feel very betrayed by the difference between the realities of this world and the world that existed when we were kids. I feel so betrayed by my parents and by what the world teaches you and prepares you for when you're a kid. I feel more and more and more hurt and betrayed, and it feels way more painful each day. As a Pisces, like, these pink glasses are shattering and falling apart and breaking, and all the layers of my bubbles that I've been living in, they're breaking every single day, and I cannot stand the pain, because that is the most painful thing a Pisces can go through, when their bubble shatters. And oh, trust me, that is the most important thing for us, our fantasy world. I'm not kidding. If you know anything about Pisces, dude. So, in my perfect world, in my fantasy, money doesn't even exist, like, of course. I get to have the basic necessities of shelter, food, and stuff like that. And I get to express and live out my dreams in the perfect world. And whatever I create is my reality, because I wouldn't create it then. I want to see something as real. I want to see something as I see it in my perfect vision of the perfect world, and then I create it. That's the life of an artist. Okay. Too much yappa for today. I hope that my talk made you think or inspired you to go do something about your situation, because maybe you feel the same way. Because there's always going to be somebody who feels the same way that you do if you feel something. Like, believe me. That's why I'm sharing this, because I know that I will find somebody out there who's gonna be like, oh my god, like, I feel the same way, but I couldn't really find the right words, and I never said it, and I never figured it out, and you helped me figure it out. And that is all this world needs. That is what we need, okay? So share everything you got. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm speaking with you. Please share it. Share your thoughts. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye bye.